You're at the point where you're like, you're irritated with circumstances. You're irritated with things, and you really want to do something, and people's trauma gets in the way of it. Like your trauma gets in the way of what's the situation. Like somebody can't trust you because of somebody abused them in the past, and it's really sad when somebody that you want to get to know tells you something, and you're like, huh. So you can't trust people because of one of your exes, because they hurt you. And it's really frustrating when you realize something like that. And you're like, dude, this world we live in is really sad because you want to do something nice for somebody, but they can't trust your intentions are pure. And they're gonna judge you for that, and that's okay, because that's their trauma. Their trauma is gonna judge you because of their experiences. So it's kind of annoying when you want to have pure intentions, and you do have pure intentions, and they don't want to trust you. And that just makes me really angry, because I know what the outcome is when you trusted somebody before. Like example, like we'll say your ex, you trusted them, you moved in with them, you did everything for them, and then they just walked away for whatever the reasoning was. And that's really painful, because you're like, I don't like that, but can I trust again? Is there going to be somebody that I can trust again? Because honestly, who wants to be alone? Like we're humans. We want to be with somebody. We want to be a part of it. We want somebody to love us, because we're capable of loving ourselves, but we want love from another human being, because we want that. That's nothing normal or abnormal from when we were children. Is we wanted our parents to love us. And note, if your parents were not capable of loving you because of their own trauma, and they couldn't give you the love that you wanted as a child, and all you want to do is love other people, and you want to do things nice for them, like you want to take them out for dinner, or you want to interview them why they do the job that they do, or why they do what they do, because I'm curious. I want to learn why certain people work at Starbucks, or why certain people work at McDonald's. And like, are they desperate for money? Or are they desperate for validation? Like, what's the root of why they want that? And I'm curious to do that. Like, I want to interview people, and a lot of people take me the wrong way, and they think that I'm something I'm not, and that really bothers me, because I might look scary, but I'm the kindest person, gentlest person you'll ever meet. And that's because of the trauma that I went through as a child. Like, I went through some horrific trauma, and somebody has gone through more horrific trauma than me. But I can only speak from my experiences on the trauma that I've went through. And that's the whole beauty of, can I park right here? I don't want to hit your door. So, I want to, sorry, this girl was getting stuff out of her car, and I didn't want to hit her car. Totally made me lose my train of thought. I want to build a community of people that we're on the same page. We want the same things. We want to build a trust, loyal community, and we can build a family dynamic in there too, because I want children. Who doesn't want children? When you get your children taken away from you, and all you can think about is your children, of how much you miss them and how much you want them. Like, that's all you can think about, and it consumes you, and you want that, and you want that so bad. You want that so bad that all you can think about is, what do I have to do to make more income so I can have them back? Because certain things happen and you're like, that sucks that happened to me, but how am I going to overcome it? And that's the whole idea of mastering your circumstances, and love heals all pain. Realizing that sometimes things, you're so angry and you're so pissed off in a situation, and you're like, what do I do? What do I do? Like, I am so angry right now because of a situation that I have no power in, or no power to control. I can't jump in it and make it better because of whatever the situation is. And it's really irritating when you're like, I want to do something different, but it's a process of, how do I do that? And that's the whole idea. It's like, you want to make the outcome that you were brought up in different than the outcome that you are in today. So if you can make that different, and that's a process within its own too, because you realize that you want to do something different, and you might not always know what the answer is right away, and how to play the situation out, because you don't know the whole outcomes. But if you can trust the universe is going to give you everything you need, and it's going to show you what you need to learn, then it really doesn't matter. Because then you get to a point where I want the things that I want really bad, because it goes back to the lack mentality that I had as a child, where I didn't get the love or the respect or the honor that I wanted as a little boy. So now as a man, it's really challenging to realize that this is what I want to do, and this is how I want to do it. So, and that's the whole beauty of the experience, is this is what I want to do. This is how I want to do it. But how do I get to that end goal of, this is what's going on, and I want to do something different. And that's why I'm so passionate about YouTube, and I want to do this, because I know that there's something that I can say will motivate somebody, because somebody's gone through worse trauma than me. Somebody's had less trauma than me. But if I don't speak out about my experiences, and people will be motivated to better themselves, like, there's things that I want, and I'm not afraid to say them, but it does make me really vulnerable. So, and the outcome is, if I'm vulnerable, I could get persecuted for my vulnerability. But you get to a point where you're like, people say stuff to you and it hurts, and you don't really know what to do, because your intentions, you don't want to hurt people. You never wanted to hurt people, but people will talk about you, and they'll spread rumors about you, and they'll say things about you. And that's okay, because if you heard some of the stuff that my mother said, is just wretched. But if you don't know her reasoning of why she said that, and I'm not justifying what she's saying is right or wrong, it really doesn't matter at this point, where you get to a point where it doesn't really matter what she thinks or why she does what she does, because she's hurt inside. She's hurt inside, and she doesn't know how to deal with her hurt, so she'll just project and project. And that's the whole idea of, you come to a realization of, This is where I was. This is where I'm going. This whole thing is, a lot of it is temporary, and it's going to work itself out because that's the whole outcome. The universe isn't going to leave you where you're at, stuck, traumatized, and broken. Like, it's not going to happen. But you realize that this is what's going on, and this is how it is. And honestly, if you're not scared of being where you are, then you're not going to move forward, because you almost need to be scared to challenge yourself to go to the next aspect of, this is what's going on. I want a better life. I want things that right now I don't have the funds to afford them. But that's okay, because right now I'm at this spot of, I'm so angry with my circumstances. This is where I'm at. Like, I don't like this car. I don't like my job. I don't like these things. But if I don't move forward and look past that, this car does not define who I am. This car does not make me a success or non-success. It's just a vehicle that I drive. Makes it a lot easier. But when somebody says something to you and it really makes you want to cry, because you are an empathic person, where you're like, people will say stuff to you and you're like, that makes me really sad that you feel that way. And it makes me angry and want to cry, because I've been in that position where you are, where you don't trust anything, anybody, or anything. And I've been exactly where you are. So to understand that situation, I don't know exactly what to tell you to make it easier for you, because I want to help you. But if you're not willing to listen to what I have to say, it's pointless. It's completely pointless. Because if you don't want to listen to me, or you don't trust me, or you don't allow me in, then it's not really going to work. And I'm just wasting my time. So that's really harsh, but sometimes the truth is harsh. And that's the beauty of realizing that sometimes you're alone, and you're supposed to be alone, and it just sucks. It sucks, because all you can think about is having the family dynamic that you want, or having the family outcome that you want, where you want to come home from work and you want to just hug your children. You want to just kiss your children. Some of us don't have that, and some of us miss that, and some of us, all we can think about is that. Just think of the many people who have nothing. Just think of the people. Just think that there are many people who have nothing and are worse off than many. I get that. That's nice, but it's not very comforting when you realize that I had a lot of things and they got taken away from me. And I'm not saying that I'm angry because they got taken away from me, but it's sad when you know that you have children that you're not able to see. And that's just one aspect to it. Is I want to use that for motivation to spiral me into the next chapter, but sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it makes me sad and angry, because trying to be humble and trying to be at peace with a lot of things in life is really difficult sometimes, because you're like, I want the things that I want and it's not going to change. Like, I want the relationship that I want the family dynamic that I want, because it was lacking. And it's not even about what people are going to think about me, because I honestly get to a point where I don't care. But when somebody tells me something that is just heart-wrenching, I don't know what to do. Like, I want to, like, the girl I just talked to and the stuff she just said, it was heart-wrenching. And I don't know what to do. Like, am I supposed to give her a hug? Am I supposed to tell her it's going to be all right? Am I going to talk to her about it? And it's like, I get that aspect of you're scared. I 100% understand that aspect of you're scared. And that's a good place to be at, because you can use that scared and that angry motivation to spiral you into the next chapter of your life. But it doesn't mean it's not going to be challenging or difficult or so irritating that you're just like, I want to throw it all out. Forget it. I don't care. Leave me alone. I don't want to be here. I don't want to feel this. I don't want to be in this position. And I resonate with that of, can this stuff just go away? But if I don't feel the feelings of the situation, or I don't feel what it is, then I can't learn. And then I'll just keep repeating that cycle of what the situation is. And it's just hard to meet somebody and realize that what they're going through is what I've gone through. They've been abused, they've been hurt. I don't like that stuff. Like, there's I don't know how to say that, but it's just being a human in this world and realizing how broken it is, and you want to make it better, you want to make it different, and you have to start with yourself. And you hear stories from people, and you hear testimonies from people, and you hear all this stuff, and it's just so like gut-wrenching that it just makes you so irritated that you're like, hey, I don't like this situation. I don't like this this outcome of what's going on. And it's not even just because of certain things that happened. It's just, your heart just breaks when you hear things, because you're like, that is so messed up on so many aspects of I'm sorry that you met somebody and he hurt you, but you're the only one that can change that. But you can't assume that every guy is like that. And I think that's what really bothers me, is realizing that there's a lot of people in this world that they just need guidance, but they don't want to listen to you. And they want to do it their way, and it doesn't really work. And all you want to do is help them. And they don't want to listen to you. And that's fine. Not really, it's not fine. But when you realize that's all you want to do is help, and some people don't want to listen to you, they don't want to hear what you have to say, They want to do it their own way. It makes you angry because you know that you have something that can help them, because you have a person that you meet with and help you. We have to learn how to deal with people. That's the key for everything. Just move forward. Just move forward and keep working hard. Save some money every day, and at the end you will make a difference in your life. Yeah, but it's really, I get that, but it's really difficult when you meet somebody that's been through stuff that you've been through. And all you want to do is ask them questions of, why did you choose this job? Why did you choose this lifestyle? And what's going on that makes you sad?